comment. If
Right, okay. Right, we're back again from Different Blokes. It's Mick and
Matt, and we thought we'd discuss the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight.
I've been forced to watch it again, and I've watched it.
Now they're just settled. Just for me, he's had 3 fights now. I believe Wilder has lost them all, and Fury has shown that he's a better boxer. Across all 3 fights, in my opinion.
Me, as the sort of like uninitiated to the boxing, I watched the other fights, and I have to agree, yeah, he lost. And I know that Tyson Fury was saying he was very, very, he wasn't very nice when he went across to shake his hands and everything. It's supposed to be a sportsman's game. You should just accept it. You lost. So even me, I'm not a boxer, and I can tell you, mate, you didn't win that one. Be gracious and just shake the guy's hand and say okay.
Yeah, after the second fight where he came out with about 30 different excuses, he's not really said much to the media, but leaked out comments, he's made a jibe at Fury's weight, saying he obviously came in that heavy just to lean on him, and that's what he did and was allowed to get away with it, which again is basically blaming the referee there now, which is just...
No, it's called a heavyweight. If you want to go lighter, then drop your weight down and go as a different weight.
The thing for me is, though, there wasn't much sort of grappling and holding in the fight. There wasn't.
Well,
not compared to
but you're comparing against fights because you watch fights. I can only compare it against the other one the other week and this one. And to me, yes, they were both guys were like putting your arms on each other, weighing each other down. Yes, they were both doing that. They were both guilty of that. There was nothing I saw that said that anyone was doing anybody any favours whatsoever, to be quite honest. So from that side, I thought it was a very fair fight. There was no ifs and buts. They both knocked each other down. You know, I mean, they're big guys. These are, you know, they're huge guys, and they get.
Yeah, it was entertaining. However, in my opinion, Tyson Fury switched off, and that's the only reason why, because it was just that easy.
I can tell you on the 11th round, when you're looking into the guy's eyes, Wilder's eyes, he looked terrified. He did. He looked absolutely. He looked like he did not want to be there at all. And sure enough, within a minute, he was on the floor, and that was the end of it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was Fury clearly won, but if he hadn't switched off, I think
Fury
that fight would have...
he started bouncing again. In the 11th, he started bouncing,
yeah,
so he's got his second win back.
Yeah.
And I think that, to be quite honest, if I go with Tyson Fury, he's such a massive bloke, I'd be over the fence anywhere and I can out-sprint him.
So the question's been raised recently, well, now, is Tyson Fury the best ever? I think he came out after the fight and said he is the best of this generation. However, comparing against past fighters is just fantasy.
Yeah, you've got...
and he wouldn't disrespect them. But obviously people do. People will say, is he the best ever? How does he compare to the greats? Now, for me, if you're talking about Muhammad Ali, he comes to mind straight away.
Yeah.
However, I think the size difference, I think Fury would be all wrong for Muhammad Ali. Because he's much bigger.
There's a massive difference in, you can see that in stature and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, Muhammad Ali, I'm sort of like my age. I remember, when he was boxing and Rumble in the Jungle and everything. So I mean, we did watch those when I was younger. And yeah,
same with Mike Tyson.
A different thing. Mike Tyson.
It's really small heavyweight.
Yeah, very. He was. I don't know how tall he is actually, but
5'11" is he?
But I know he's quite short compared to the rest.
Yeah.
But then he was a scrapper, and he got stuck in there. Yes, controversial figure, Mike. But at the end of the day, he did get in there, and he did keep winning and winning. And then obviously we had the biting ear problem, but he still was a world champion for me. And sort of like, you have to go in there and you have to win your belts. Yeah. That's it. And all the ones who have gone in there in the past. I mean, you've got Frank Bruno. You've got I can't remember his name. I met one once years ago. Sugar Ray Leonard. all these characters. There's only probably, if I sat down, 20 world famous boxers that I can remember that you could regularly go, I know who that is.
Right, okay.
You know,
Fair
so
But fair enough, yeah.
So from that side, they're always going to be great in their own what your generation
era,
aren't they? In their era. There was always going to be the greats in those eras. And I think they, as sportsmen, they should be honoured as such and respected as such.
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult to say. Let us know what your maybe top 5, top 10 heavyweights of all time are. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see. It'd be difficult for me to...
I don't think you could ever say there is... The closest I can think of is what we're saying, Muhammad Ali, but he's always referred to as the greatest. But there's always somebody... There's always the old saying is there's always somebody bigger and better than you out there.
Yeah.
So you're only talking inner generations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of in generation, obviously the dream fight everybody wanted to see was Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua. Now that has dampened after Joshua lost to Alexander Usyk. Now that rematch is apparently going to be announced within a week. And they're looking at the beginning of next year for a fight, apparently. Joshua needs to drastically change what he's doing to win that fight. I think he can, but I think it's just purely down to size, which leads me on to, if Usyk was to win the rematch and fight Fury, which is what people are talking about, I think, despite Usyk, for me, being one of the best boxer, the key word, I think Fury would just be too big and too good for him. Because a good big man beats a good little man.
I don't know.
I think Fury wins that. I think he keeps it long, and he wins it. I don't think Usyk can get inside on him. I don't think he's big enough.
I don't know. I mean, I disagree with what Matt says anyway. About your sizing thing. I don't think he'll get... I've seen a 7-foot bloke knocked down by a 5'5".
Yeah, but if that 5'5" is good and the taller guy is useless, in this case,
we've seen, the odd occasions I've seen is massive, great guys being knocked out by shorter guys. You know, I think it's the boxer themselves.
I just don't.
I don't think it's a height issue.
I don't think Usyk will get past the Fury jab. I think that's the problem.
I don't know. I don't know, and I'm going to say I don't know.
Yeah. So, also, is there anybody who could possibly beat Tyson Fury at the minute? I would say no. I don't think there is. We've got quite a lot of interesting heavyweights coming through in America and in this country. However, I think the only way... Tyson Fury says it himself. The only way to beat Tyson Fury is you knock him out. If you can't knock him out, you lose. And I agree with that, because I think Fury will outpoint you. So, So that's it. That's what do you think? Let us know.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching. See you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.